Well, hello, everybody. These are my thoughts for the fourth Sunday of Easter. And I'm going to begin with the shortened collect. It goes like this. Risen Christ, faithful shepherd of your Father's sheep, teach us to hear your voice and follow your command, that all your people may be gathered into one flock to the glory of God the Father. Amen. Now, the church calls this Sunday Good Shepherd Sunday, and we should really be singing hymns like The Lord's my shepherd, or The King of Love, my shepherd is, whose goodness faileth never. I nothing lack if I am his, and he is mine forever. It's a really good one for these times. I've been looking at my church calendar, and it's also a Sunday when the church talks about vocation. So when you hear that word vocation, I wonder what it stirs up for you. Vocations are for everyone, not just some. All are called and all are needed. Vocation comes from the Latin word vocare. It means to be called. The trouble is that we put labels on people, we put titles on people. God doesn't call the qualified. God always calls a who and not a what. God calls us by our name. God calls a Margaret or a Mary or a Janet or a Peter or a George or a James or a Simon or a Brian. God calls a who and not a what. Do not fear, God says. Do not fear, I have called you by your name. You are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you pass through the rivers, they shall not overwhelm you. When you walk through fire, you shall not be burned, for I am the Lord your God. I have called you by your name. But we need ears to hear, don't we? We need to hear, need to have the ears to hear God calling us by our name. And we need the ears of others to help us show us our gifts, to reveal our gifts to us, to show us how we can be a blessing to others. Vocation is about discovering who we are and what God has already gifted us with. That's why I returned to today's collect. Risen Christ, faithful shepherd of your Father's sheep, teach us to hear your voice and follow your command, that all your people may be gathered into one flock to the glory of God the Father. Amen. If you want to look at what I've said about gathering into one flock, please look on today's Pew News. It's in the bit that says, Dear Friends. God bless you all, and I pray that I will see you all soon.